Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Sports in the Mix with the crew. We are back, and Andrea George is in the house. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? What's
Hey,
going on?
Sid, I'm great today. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I've been busy around the house trying to get some things done around here. They got me going and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the holiday. I'm sure you putting up Christmas lights, stacking hay for the hayride for the kids with the Christmas lights all around. I'm sure you're doing all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. You do community service. You ready for the whole community. I can only imagine.
Let me just break it down. My Mavericks is in trouble.
Oh my gosh.
The Texas Rangers done gave up half the team. They done
Oh, yep.
they done let him El Bombay go. And then I'll be doggone if the Raiders I'm getting ready to hang up Christmas lights. I'm going to just get busy. And then I had to happen to go to that Cowboys game the other day.
Oh, wasn't it a wonderful Thanksgiving? You just go ahead and just flip, just go ahead and give up the Raiders because the Cowboys, we on our way. We on our way.
I
It
am
was
not going back, so don't be calling me. Don't even go back. We under construction.
I,
Don't make me
I
have to
saw
go put my jacket out tonight.
I saw your wife taking pictures with her Kansas City crew. Did she have a good time?
Yeah, she had a good time. We sat out there with 50,000 Chief fans, and it was crazy.
50,000
Yeah,
Chief fans.
they showed up at their game, at least
I
50.
know they were everywhere, but too bad we
Let
ruined
me
their
tell you something.
Thanksgiving.
Now I want to tell you, I told her, I said, I'm gonna really get it tonight. I got my ladder right over here. I got my ladder. I'm
You
just saying,
got your ladder.
in my ladder, I'm gonna put it right there. I got my ladder, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it all ready. And I got all my old cowboy stuff, and I just got it in a box right now. I'm getting ready to mail it to a friend of mine because he's a diehard cowboy fan. His name is Pastor Ed. And so I'm gonna put it in the box. I'm even gonna send him the cups because now what the Cowboys do, they make you buy soft drinks and it's got to be out of cowboy cups. So I'm gonna
Right.
send it to him. And I'm gonna put that box on the end of the ladder. And I'm gonna say, wait for it, because when they fall, they're gonna fall hard.
No, we're not falling this year. We are full steam
You going
ahead.
on the
We not.
record saying that?
I'm on. Are we live? And I'm saying that we not gonna fall this year. I'm one of them. We going to the Super Bowl. I am one of those. We going to the Super Bowl. I'm claiming it right now. And you can make two ladders. Make one for me too.
All right, let's jump into it. Here we go. Let's talk about it. First item on the agenda, we got to talk about. I'm the announcer for three schools. One of them is Ardmore, two
Yes.
your colleges. And on a few days ago, I had a game that took place on November the 22nd. I had to
Hmm.
decide if I was going to be at Murray State or if I was going to be at Grayson. And so I went to the Murray game, and over the weekend, I did both games at Grayson College. We played against Midland College, lost that game. And then we played just on this past Saturday. We took on Howard College out of Big Spring, Texas. But the game
Right.
that was going on the 22nd, which was the fourth Saturday in the month of, fourth Saturday in the month of November, they played against Connor State College. And they're the
Right.
Cowboys, and they're out of Warner, Oklahoma. And you got this report. What did they tell you that you heard about a young man by the name of Ethan Diaz?
Well, I heard the story got sent to me when I opened up my phone about a young man that had died from being elbowed in the head at a basketball game. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was thinking, instantly. But then when I read the story and saw the video of this young man where he had been elbowed the first half of the game, um, and had went out and sat on the bench. The concerning part to me was there was no medical attention given to him at the time of him being elbowed in the head, and we all know the protocol nowadays for head injuries, but no attention given to him whatsoever. And I was like, wow, that's strange. And then I see him pop up and go back into the game. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that cannot be so. He went back in, he played, he came out. Second half, he started the game again. And I'm thinking, well, he must have been okay. Hope they checked him out and everything. But I noticed that he was holding his head from the video. He was holding his head while he went into the game. He went in the game, he came out of the game, he went back in the game again, still holding his head. And I thought, that is awful strange that they're allowing this kid to play, obviously, with something is wrong with his head. Came out of the game, obviously feeling bad, closer to the end of the game. He goes to the end of the bench. He puts a towel over his head and he's just sitting there all by himself, still no medical attention. At the end of the game, both teams greet each other, handshake and everything. And the kid is still sitting on the end of the bench all by himself with a towel over his head. There's no coaching staff. There's not anybody or trainer that is paying attention to him. And then one of the players runs back on the court, grabs him and walks him off the court, I guess, to the locker room. And I was like, this is really weird. And then fast forward a couple of days, they find the kid dead on campus. And I'm like, wow. So evidently, it was just business as usual. No protocol, concussion protocol was done. And the poor kid, I mean, I just could not believe that this story was even real. And I couldn't even believe that in this day of time, with all the focus on head injuries in football and basketball and in any sports now, that there was no protocol followed with this kid. And now he's lost his life over something that could have been addressed at the exact time that he was elbowed in the head.
I got a video up, and this is from one of the news stations.
Yeah.
KOCO is out of Oklahoma City, and
Mm-hmm.
they were able to do a story on him and talk about him. And he played for Connors. So let me share with you what normally happens, because I've been there to do games on campus at the school. The visiting team don't hardly ever bring trainers to the
Mm-hmm.
game. So what
Mm-hmm.
we normally do at our campus is that we always have, I've seen our people, our trainers, they will come and attend to the injured player. And
Right.
they'll go and ask him, is he okay?
Mm-hmm.
We had another player that went down at our previous game over the weekend, and our school people from when I was at that game, they came over there and checked and actually okay. But on that situation, normally the school, that's the visiting team, they're on the road because the facility is there on Grayson. They have everything you can think of. They have the room,
Right.
whatever. They have the state-of-the-art facilities on that campus there in Denison, Texas. So I would have to say the school that he played for, number one, I would not have put him back in the game, because let me give
No
you a
way.
thought right quick, okay? When NFL players play the game and they get hit in the head, then guess what happens? If they fall straight back, even in the NBA, you automatically go into what they call concussion protocol.
Exactly.
And so you always see the blue medical tent that is right there
Mm-hmm.
on the side to make sure that they go in there. You don't go back in the game. Somebody goes to the coach and say, don't put them in. So
Right.
this goes back to a situation that means he had to drive all the way back home.
Right.
The drive from Denison to Connors, which is in Warner. That means they went up Highway 75. They wwent straight up all the way to Muskogee and hung a right turn right there. That was
Mm-hmm.
almost a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it happened, I don't want to be held liable for saying anything like this, but I'm just going to say this is that it should have, number one, he shouldn't have went back in the game. That's number one. And number
You're
two,
exactly right.
you just The other schools, I promise you, their trainer is going to be right there. And if they see anything, they're going to make sure they do what they have to do. I've seen in
Right.
football games that the emergency training staff, if they do like this, Andrea, that means we need a gurney or we need
Right.
an ambulance to come on the field.
Right.
And so now you're going to have to look at this and you're going to have to say, okay, we got to do a little bit better job. So right
Yes.
now they're going to take a few days off. They're going to mourn his passing because he was from Arkansas. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure there will probably be an investigation and there will be more to come from this story.
Yes. Yes. Based on what I see, they're calling for the entire staff to be investigated and be held responsible because, like I said, when I watched that video, there is not a single person that gave that kid any attention. Now, I don't know what they did at halftime in the locker room, but to allow him to be able to go back into that game, that tells me that there wasn't enough done or
Yeah.
enough questions asked.
Have you ever had a situation as you as a coach where you had a player during your AAU days when you just said, hey, you're out, you're not going back in? Have you had to do that?
Them was some hard heads that I had. No, I didn't. I never had, other than the ankle, sprained ankle or a knee, but no, I never had a situation where a player was hit in the head.
Yeah.
But if so, just because of my, physical background, I would have addressed it, or I would have at least known what to do. But I would have gone through all of the protocol myself as the coach to make sure that they were coherent. There was no vision loss. There was just no, but no, I probably would not, especially of an injury like that, an elbow to the head like that. That player would have sat out. It doesn't matter how important that player was to the team, but their life and their safety is more important than any game
Yeah.
at any time.
Well, our prayers are with the family and
Yes.
during this time as they remember Ethan Diaz. So we definitely want to continue to keep that
Yes.
family uplifted. All
Yes.
right. Let's talk NBA basketball. The Dallas Mavericks, they were on the road for 4 games. They went to Miami. They lost to Miami. And then on Friday, they went to Los Angeles and played the Lakers and lost that game. And then they played the Clippers. And what
Yes.
happened in that game? What did Cooper Flag do? Talk to me.
Man, Cooper Flag went off. He scored 35 points, the most points ever scored by a rookie, even beat LeBron James's record. I mean, in everybody's record. But he went to work, had an excellent game. I mean, he just took it on his shoulder and did what he needed to do, because they're so short-handed until, you could just tell by his demeanor and the look on his face that he was determined not to lose that game. At the beginning of the game, PJ Washington stumbled over a ball underneath the goal during warm-up and he twists his ankle. So he's out. Anthony Davis is out. Of course, Kyrie is still out. Derek Lively is out. So you got everybody out. And I tell you what, Cooper he just was like, you know what? I'm winning this game, or I'm taking this game under my control. And that's what he did. He really played his butt off that game.
And had to go up against James Harden.
Yeah. Yeah. And I kept saying that whole game, just let him shoot. Don't let him jump into you. And a couple of times he did it. And it's very interesting that at one point, one of the commentators did say, eventually they're going to have to look at that, him jumping into players, because at one point, one of the Mavericks was, I mean, they had plenty of space in between them, and he jumps into the player in the lane and he gets the call. And that's when the commentator said, they're eventually going to have to look at that. And I agree, because that's just, and then at the end of the game, Klay Thompson is guarding him straight up. I don't think it was a foul. And everybody knows at the end of the game, you have a few seconds. I think it was like 3 seconds or something like that left in the game.
Mhm.
And they have the ball. We were up, what, 4 points? Well, guess who gets the shot and guess who gets the foul?
Who gets it? Cooper?
No, Harden. This is
Harden.
it's
He gets
Clippers.
it.
He
Okay.
gets he gets he gets the he takes the shot, doesn't make the shot, but he does that crazy foul. He gets the call.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were trying to say that it was a flagrant where he didn't give him enough room to come down. But after they looked at it, because if he had got that call too, then they would have gotten the three free throws, which he's number 2 in the league for free throws, and then they would have gotten the call back. But luckily, they did not get that call. He shouldn't have got that call. He shouldn't have got the free throw. But again, that's how the game ended, with him shooting those 3 free throws off of
Wow.
that foul that he gets.
Yeah, I'm not. I never been a Harden fan. During I'm just gonna just tell you, hey, it is what it is. But I know he's one of a kind, and
Hmm.
I just say this about James Harden: during the regular season, he's okay, but when the playoff comes, he disappears.
Yep.
He's just a no show.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got a couple of minutes before we hit this break, and I want to say, hey, congratulations to your grandson. Key has definitely been showing up and showing out for the Utah Jazz. I mean, he's been hitting at least 25, 30 points a game, even though they like 6 and 13 or something like that. But what
Yeah.
can you say about what your grandson's been able to do?
I think it's outstanding. It's who I know he is. He's built for this, and I think he's in his third year, and I think that he's progressing right along. He's doing way beyond what anybody expected him to do, but he's focused, and I like I said, he's the key that I know that he has prepped himself to be. And I tell you what, when I say showing up and showing out, he is showing up and showing out, and I'm so proud of him. Today he didn't feel very good, and it showed on the court. They had him listed as not available for illness, but at game time, they made him available, and his illness showed. I could see it in his face. And when you don't feel good and you're out there on that court just trying to make it happen, it just didn't fall together um, for him today. But everybody knew that he not that that was an excuse, but he did not feel well today. And sometimes in those situations, it's okay to just sit out
Yeah.
and let yourself heal, because sometimes injuries come at your weakest point. And I was glad to see him sit out that second half
Yeah.
of the game today. But he'll bounce back tomorrow. They play Houston again tomorrow. I know that he'll rest and recover, and they better be ready for him tomorrow.
All right. I was going to share this story before we hit this break. And his life has changed this season. It can be all, as he says, a reality check. It's basically about time to grow up. He said, just seeing how the team was going through the summer, I had to take another step. It was really about how I can keep this line going and not a plateau. So he is one of the first 6 players in the league to average 23 points per game, 7 or more assists per contest. The other 5 players, Luka Doncic, Tyrese Maxey, Cade Cunningham, Nikola Jokic, and James Harden, have all been all-stars. So we will see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All
Anything
I
else?
can say is thank you, Lord.
Yep. And you know what? We're going to be there, because we're going to be there when the schedule comes. But we got to hit
Yeah.
this break right quick. You're listening to Sports in the Mix with Andrea George and yours truly, Cedric Bailey. We're just going to keep this video going, and we're going to be right back to talk a little bit for those of you that are watching online. So I want to take this time, Andrea, and tell you I'm so glad to have you back in here with us, because we've been missing you and concerned about you. And I had all the Cowboy fans looking for you and everything. And I said, well, I don't know. they started winning and all this stuff. But we'll see what's going to happen on the status of your team and see how things are going. And by the way, we want to say something about your fans base, people that's been following us on social media. Take this time to tell us how it's been going, if you could.
It's been going real well. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and it's people send me stories now. That's what I like. People are finding out what I like and what I like to talk about, and they'll send me stories and they'll make comments. And we're international. Our international platform is huge because we do talk about everybody. The international players, especially when we talk about basketball, we talk about the international players, which gives them an opportunity to hear about, their players, such as in the WNBA. When we talk about those players, our international platform allows them to hear about their favorite players from their countries. But they like it. Plus, we're faith based, so a lot of people like that we are faith based and enjoying what we're doing.
I got you. Before we get back on the air, how can they also get your book Fitsational? And let me show it to you because I got it right here in front of me here. And I was reading the one that says God's healthy plan for a healthy body, mind, and emotional state. God's love. You talked about 1 John 4:7-8, and it's just a great word. So how can people get your book?
You can get my book anywhere books are sold. Also on Amazon. Amazon, you can do the download, the ebook. Amazon, Brooks, B&B, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Walmart.com. And then, praise the Lord, I just contacted by one of our international listeners that has written me last week, and they want to be able to distribute my book internationally. So that's very exciting. Very good news. They like the concept, and they were interested how I came up with the concept, and they were very, very impressed with how I incorporated the scriptures of the Bible that deal with health and fitness and healthy eating into just everyday living.
I got you. Well, we're about ready to come back with our segment 2, and we are back talking sports in the mix with crew, segment 2 here with yours truly, Cedric Bailey, along with Andrea George. And Andrea, I got a message from you. What's going on? I want you to take just a few minutes to tell us what's going on in the WNBA about the contract. And then also, I definitely want to hear from you right now. So you have just a few minutes to talk about the Wings because they had another draft lottery, and it looks like the Wings are going to get the first pick in the draft. So take the time to review. Let's talk about what's going on in the WNBA with their agreement that came down as of this week.
Well, the bargaining agreement today, it expires. They had already extended it, and it expires today. As of right now, they have not come to an agreement, but the choice is there will be either there will either be a lockout, a walkout, or they will continue with the existing agreement that they have, which is what they don't want. So right now, that's where they stand, and don't understand why they're not coming to agreement. Basically right now, all they're asking for is for a percentage of the profits from the gate and profit sharing. I don't know why that's such a hard agreement, but there's another league that has come. It's called the B League that one of the players from Seattle has signed with that league. She signed for $1 million, and they're signing anybody that's wanting to join their league automatically gets $1 million plus a percentage of the profits.
Wow.
So, I really don't understand why we can't come to an agreement, especially with the momentum that the WNBA had this year. Um, I just don't understand it. But that's where they are right now. As of right now, there has been no agreement made.
All right. So
So
what's up? What happened on the draft? How did the Wings get it again with back to back? And also is somebody Fudge? Is that her name? I think said that's Paige's friend.
Ozzy Fudd,
Fudge. Yeah, thank you.
yes, she's from Connecticut. You have Ozzy, you have Betts, and I can't think of the third, but the fourth pick, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, she's a center. She's from Spain, and her name is Awa Ham.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion is that needs to be the number one draft pick for the Wings. I
Mm-hmm.
know the general manager spent some time in Spain off season uh, with her. I saw pictures of him with her. And I hope and pray that that is the decision that they make because she's a center. And
Yeah.
that's what, now again, this is my opinion. That's what we need. We need a strong physical center.
Yeah.
Um, there's plenty of guards on that team. There's, but uh, the, the, the mass wants to see Ozzy and Paige play together again. Now, the comment is because they played together well at Connecticut, they think that they will play together well. But
It's a whole different league.
that's a
It's not,
whole different game.
yeah.
It's
Well,
a
looking at the
whole
roster
different
here,
game.
looking at the roster, the Wings have 5 players under contract: Page,
Mm-hmm.
Seegers, Diamond Miller, Zaya James, and JJ Quinley. Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
free agents are Arike, Lee Euro, Maisha Hines Allen, and Tasha Harris are the free agents. They also said that the draft order for the rest is Golden State at 8, Washington at 9, Indiana at 10, Washington at 11, Connecticut at 12, Atlanta at 13, Seattle 14, and Connecticut Sun at 15. By the way, the new teams that are coming in, they're going to get like the 6 and as Portland Fire and the Toronto Tempo. They will get the
Tempo, yeah.
6 and 7 pick
Right.
on that one. So
Well, the number one pick from I understand also for the Wings, well, it's for when it comes to Ozzy, it depends on what Enrique does.
mm-hmm.
If they keep Enrique, uh, that's what I'm reading. It depends on um, what they do about Ozzy Fudd. I would just like them to. I would like to see them go with pick Awa Fam. If they're thinking about making a change and making an impact this year, not that Ozzy is not a good player. She's an excellent player. She would definitely benefit the team. I'm looking for someone that can come in that can make an impact. There's a difference between making the team better and making an impact. Our fam will make an impact. She is a strong center from Spain. Okay. International player. They play different. They train different. They just do everything different. And when they come here to play, they come to play.
Yeah.
And I am a Awa Fam fan.
I got you. Well, I want to also take the time to let everybody know who else. If the Wings get the number one pick, what about the second pick? That goes. It's going to go to more than likely the Minnesota Lynx, and then of course the third pick will go to the Seattle Storm, followed by the Washington Mystics at 4 and the Chicago Sky at 5. Hey, by the way, before I forget, have you been checking out college basketball for the women? Have you been checking that out?
Yeah, I have. Baylor's making a lot of noise,
Mm-hmm.
making a whole lot of noise. USC, there's been a lot of upsets going on in the it in of college basketball. As far as the men, oh, they 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 play too fast. I mean,
They usually play on these classics like in San Diego.
yep.
You'll have the one in Hawaii, so that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. They're going on it. But I'm going to go back to the women because I got the latest rankings that just came out. UConn is number one. They're 6-0.
Yep.
South Carolina, Don Staley, 6-0. UCLA, 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Longhorns, they're on there. And number four,
Right.
you got LSU. Moki ain't playing.
No,
Michigan, they're
you
six,
know,
5-1. Maryland, 7-0. TCU, 7-0. And Oklahoma, they're in there.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Then you got Iowa State.
Iowa State is real hot. Iowa State
They
is real
got the
hot right
big
now.
girl. Have you seen her?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. She scored 47 points the other night.
You know, when you play somebody like that that's big, they're going to use their upper strength in their body.
Mm-hmm.
And
They are.
yeah, her name is Crooks.
Mm-hmm.
Here she is,
47 points.
Audie Crooks.
And they're 9-0.
Uh-huh.
Audie Crooks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's the real deal. She is the real deal. She uses her size at her advantage. And she's basically just a catch and shoot. And she can run the floor. She
yeah.
can run the floor. But everybody that's in the top 10 right now are the teams that definitely, you know, you expect them to be in the top 10. But my eye is on Baylor. Baylor women's basketball team. They are making a run.
So you think that they're going to be able to pull it off?
I think they are. At the end of the day, I think Baylor's going to be right in there.
I'm pulling up their schedule right now to see where they are. They're 5-1, and I'm going to share the screen so you'll be able to see who they lost to. They played. Their only loss was against Iowa, and according to my report,
yeah,
it shows that they lost that game only. They played Grambling. They routed them 76-35, and that was down there in Waco. But when we look at it, they lost. They only lost by 5 points to Iowa. Iowa is ranked number 19.
right.
They beat UNLV. They beat Lemoyne. They beat Davidson. They beat La Tech 75-46. They beat Grambling. So now they got Southeast Louisiana, University of Texas, San Antonio. They play in Alabama State. But their real matchup is coming up in 2 weeks when they take on Vic Schaefer's Texas Longhorns.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I think that game is going to be down the road and at the 40 acres there.
Yeah. In Baylor.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where they're looking at. Oh, yeah. The game is going to be, and it's going to be nationally televised on ABC.
Yeah.
So we definitely.
I hope to make those games. My
and by the way, guess where the game is at? It's at
Baylor.
Dickey's Arena in Fort Worth.
Oh, Dickey's Arena.
Yes.
Oh, I definitely want to make that one.
Yeah, we need to make a phone call.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can keep up with this schedule. Can you? I don't even know how you can do it because you got the Mavericks schedule. We got to go back to that schedule and pull that up because the Mavericks, let's see, they had 4 games on the road. Is that right?
Yes, and they'll be back home the 3rd, which is Wednesday.
Okay. So I'm pulling up their schedule. They've got 6 wins so far. And looking at their schedule, let me pull it up right now so we can double check it and everybody. Because, you've been down there. There's a lot going on at the AAC, and I will be joining you real soon. So we look at the schedule. They're on the road. They're going to wrap it up. They got to play the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they play the Heat, and then they got to go to Oklahoma City on Friday, December the 5th. Then they got to play the Rockets. So it's going to be really crazy. So I don't know what to tell you, Andrea. What do you think?
Hey, in that Texas Baylor game, if the Mavericks play, that's one I'm gonna have to sit out. You're gonna have to come from Oklahoma and cover for me that day. Because that's gonna be the place to be.
Yeah, you're right.
I enjoy Dickens Arena. I really do.
That was really nice, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah. Well, let's check out the NBA standings right quick and see what's going on. And we're going to wrap that up. When we look at, let's go with the Eastern Conference first. Detroit Pistons, followed by Toronto, New York Knicks, Miami Heat, and then the Atlanta Hawks and Cleveland Cavaliers. The 7, 8, 9, and 10, Orlando, Philadelphia, Boston, and of course, Chicago. So what do you think about that? What's up with the Pistons?
Man, they're like 13. They're on a 13-0 run or something like that. They're gelling. They are just, but they've been chipping away every year, and they're healthy, and they're doing an excellent job. Very impressed with them.
Yeah,
Toronto Raptors, that's another surprise.
yeah.
They're doing very well. New York Knicks.
Mike Brown. You know, I watched the game when the Mavericks played the Knicks here. We had a chance to beat them, and we didn't even play all our regular starters.
You
Like,
know, we
he
really
was
have
at
a
the,
chance. We really have a chance to beat everybody that we play.
yeah. And when is Anthony Davis fragile? When's he coming back?
He did. He came back,
He
but
back?
he's out again.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Will you repeat that?
He came back. He came back this week. Yeah, he played. He came
Against the
back.
Lakers?
Yes.
Okay.
But then he was out last night.
Okay.
So it may I didn't
Can
even.
we trade this guy? Can we
He wants to
find
go back to
anybody?
the Lakers. He wants to go back to the Lakers.
Does he really?
Yeah,
But they got to give up something for him.
Luca.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
No.
But yeah, so I don't know if that was a matter of minute restriction. Even if you're on minute restriction, you should be at least suit up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was back out. Like I said last night, everybody was out.
Yeah. Well, we're going to definitely see, but we got about 60 seconds left before we wrap up this break. Andrea, anything in closing that you want to share with our fans and, what you're looking forward to on this week?
Oh, this week I'm just looking forward to getting back into the routine, a nice little break, for Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. It's time to get back to the gym, working all that excess food off and sweets, and get ready for the holidays. But I'm just looking forward to getting back to some great basketball. The playoffs, football. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Cowboys gonna do. Your Raiders are done. So anyway, just looking forward to this week, this week coming up. And oh my goodness. Yeah, your Raiders are under construction. They're doing community service. They're building football fields and things like that for the youth, just like your hat says. Community Youth Project. That's what they're on.
I'm about to get out of here. We're under construction. I'm about
Oh,
to get
now
ready
it's
to
time
put
to
my
go.
face. All I can tell you is your team plays on this Thursday night against the Detroit
Yay.
Lions, and it's going to be at Ford Field in Detroit. Then you get the Vikings at home. Have you been to a Cowboy game? Are you ever go, or are you able to do that?
I went one time
Mm-hmm.
when they first built the new stadium.
Yeah, when they lost for you, said you wasn't coming back, probably, But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to get out of here. Folks have been checking out Sports in the Mix. We got more coming up with Andrea George Carrington and yours truly, Cedric Bailey. Stay with us. I got to go figure out what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get that ladder. And I tell you, when y'all fall, y'all going to fall so hard, and I'm going to be sitting there like this.
What you need to do is go build you a team.
We'll be right back. Keep it here on Sports in the Mix with the crew, AGC. That's Andrea George in the house. We'll be right back.